Are you ready? Are you really ready to change your life? Forget everything you think you know. Forget the whispers in the hallway, fear-mongering on the news. The stock market isn't some secret club for Wall Street wizards. No, it's a battlefield of opportunity, a place where fortunes are forged. You, yes, you, are invited to the party. This isn't just about money, it's about freedom, taking control of your destiny. People think you need a PhD in finance. They are wrong. You need courage. You need a little homework. You need the right mindset. The game has changed. The old gatekeepers are gone. Power now sits on your phone. Tools like Neuro Profit AI are giving everyday investors an edge. Buckle up. We're about to demystify this beast. Let's get down to brass tacks. What is this thing we call the stock market? To many, it sounds like a secret club for Wall Street wizards, a complex world of confusing charts and risky bets. But strip away the jargon and you'll find something much simpler and far more fundamental. At its core, picture a massive, bustling marketplace, the biggest, most dynamic flea market in the world. But instead of trading antiques or handmade crafts, the stalls here represent the biggest companies you know and interact with every day. Think Apple, Amazon, or the company that made your car. And what's being bought and sold are tiny fractional pieces of these giant corporations. These pieces are called shares, or stocks. And when we say bustling, we mean it. Every second of the trading day, millions of these shares change hands in a dizzying digital dance. This isn't just random noise. Every trade represents a decision. A buyer believes a company's future is bright, and its shares are worth more, while a seller might be cashing in on their investment or believe the price is about to fall. That's it. Ownership gets traded every second. This constant exchange is what makes the stock market the engine of our economy, the very heart of modern capitalism. It's a powerful system that allows companies to access vast pools of money to fuel their ambitions. And guess what? It's open for business, not just for institutions, but for everyone. In the past, you might imagine traders in colorful jackets shouting on a chaotic floor. Today, that physical chaos has been replaced by a silent, global computer network. This network connects massive hedge funds managing billions of dollars with individual investors like you, sitting on your couch with a smartphone. The playing field has never been more accessible. This creates a financial coliseum, a virtual arena where buyers and sellers constantly battle over a company's perceived value. When buyers are feeling confident and optimistic, we call it a bull market. They're willing to pay more for shares, driving prices up. But when pessimism and fear take hold, sellers gain control in a bear market, pushing prices down. This constant tug-of-war isn't just about numbers. It's driven by human psychology, a mix of optimism, pessimism, greed, and fear. Think of companies as ships navigating the vast economic ocean. To build a bigger, faster ship, to hire more crew, invent new technology, or explore new territories, they need funding. This funding is called capital. By issuing and selling stock to the public in what's called an initial public offering or IPO, they raise that capital. When you buy a share, you're not just a spectator, you're helping to fund their voyage and becoming a part owner, entitled to a piece of their future profits. So you see, it's so much more than just numbers flashing on a screen. The stock market is the essential mechanism that connects your personal savings to the grand engine of human progress and innovation. It's not magic, and it's not a casino. It's a market, and understanding how it works is the first step toward making it work for you. A stock is your golden ticket, a piece of a public company. A public company has sold ownership on a stock exchange to raise capital for research and expansion. When you buy, you become a shareholder, a part owner. This isn't just symbolic, it often includes voting rights, giving you a say in the company's direction. You have a claim on assets and future profits, so your investment is tied to the company's performance. If it succeeds, your value can grow too. It's the American dream, distilled into a tradable asset, allowing anyone to own a piece of successful enterprises and participate in economic growth. Think of stock as the whole pie, and shares as the slices. The more slices you own, the bigger your piece. If a company has 1 million shares and you own 1,000, you own 0.1% of it. People do this to make money, usually as a long-term strategy to build wealth for goals like retirement. There are two primary ways: price gains and dividends. Capital appreciation is when you buy at 10, it rises to 15, and you sell for a profit. That's the name of the game. But prices can also fall, creating a loss. This fluctuation is the inherent risk of investing. Dividends are cash payments from profits, often quarterly, your thank you for being an owner. It's the company sharing its success, common for stable companies with excess cash. High-growth firms often reinvest, established firms often pay. This is a powerful way to generate income from your investments, which can be reinvested to compound and grow faster. In short, you get a stake in a business with two paths to profit: price growth and direct earnings. Now you know what you own and how it pays. Capital gains are the home run, the explosive payoff. Find a diamond in the rough, a killer product, a great CEO buy at 20, you wait, then boom, earnings crush. Product hits, the street wakes up, it rockets to 50, your sale locks in a capital gain. 100 shares at 20 is $2,000. Sell at 55 grand, profit 3,000, 150%. Big wins require homework and conviction, not dart throws. Dividends are the orchard. The tree grows and pays fruit each year, cash without cutting the tree. Reinvest dividends. 100, 102, 105, 110 shares. Compounding is your snowball. Einstein called it the eighth wonder. Reinvestment turns time into your wealth machine. Use both the rocket and the orchard. Where does all this happen? On organized, regulated stock exchanges. Think of them as grand stadiums for the game. The big leagues, the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ. NYSE is the old guard floor, Bell's tradition since 1792, historically home to large, established blue chips and financials. NASDAQ launched in 1971, the first electronic market, tech-forward from day one, a home for innovative, high-growth technology and internet companies. For you, access to both is seamless through your online broker. Exchanges are gatekeepers' rules and listing standards protect investors. They keep score with live prices, second by second. Now, let's buy your first stock. Alright, enough theory, let's take action. Step 1, open a brokerage account. It takes about 15 minutes. Provide your info for tax and ID verification, highly regulated and secure. Get approved, then fund your account by linking your bank. Start with any amount, even 100. The key is to start. Choose your first stock with homework, buy what you know. Visit investor relations, what do they do? How do they make money? Are they growing? Look up the ticker symbol in your broker. Open the quote page. Easiest order type. Market order, buy now at the best available price. Enter shares, click buy and booyah. Within seconds, you're a shareholder, a part owner of a public company. Congratulations, you've officially entered the game. Now about risk, keep that seatbelt on. Listen carefully, the stock market is not a one-way street to riches. There is risk. Prices can and do go down, sometimes a lot. Volatility is the price of admission for potential reward. Bulls push up, optimism and rising prices. Bears swipe down, fear and declines. Bear markets test your courage. Don't panic, sell at the bottom. Control risk with homework. Own strong, profitable businesses with real demand. Diversify. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Different sectors take turns leading. Balance smooths the ride. Over years and decades, markets trend upward. Day-to-day noise is just that, noise. Have the stomach to ride bears so you're there for the bulls that follow. Your shield, knowledge, diversification, and patience. Let's make it real with pizza. Imagine Slice of Heaven Pizza goes public to fund nationwide expansion. They offer 1 million shares at $10 each. You love the product, see the demand, and you've done your homework. You invest $500 and buy 50 shares at 10, ticker Pizza. You're now a tiny owner of ovens, delivery, and every slice they sell. Management uses the capital to build new locations. A year later, 50 new stores open, and profits jump. Demand lifts the stock to 15. Your $500 is now $750. A $250 gain, 50% return. The board announces a $1 dividend. With 50 shares, you receive $50. Spend it, or reinvest to buy more pizza. That's how ownership turns growth into returns. Find good businesses and own a piece. So, let's take a breath. We've journeyed through the complex worlds of the market, demystified stocks and shares, and confronted the realities of risks and rewards. Think of everything you've learned as a set of foundational keys. These aren't just abstract concepts, they are the tools that unlock a deeper understanding of the global economy. You now have the vocabulary and the framework to see the world not just as a consumer, but as a potential owner. This knowledge is the firm ground upon which you can start to build your financial future. And that's why this moment isn't an ending. It's the true beginning of your journey as an investor. But here's a critical truth. All the knowledge in the world is just potential energy. It's useless without the kinetic energy of action. Many aspiring investors get stuck here, in a state of analysis paralysis, forever learning but never doing. It's time to break that cycle. It's time to lay the first brick of your financial house. That first brick doesn't need to be perfectly aligned, and the first step doesn't need to be a giant leap. It just needs to be taken. Your time of watching from the sidelines is officially over, and you're starting at the best possible time in history. Technology is fundamentally leveling the playing field. Not long ago, deep market analysis, real-time data, and predictive insights were the exclusive domain of Wall Street institutions. Now, powerful platforms, like our own Neuro Profit AI, put that power directly into your hands. They can help you analyze market sentiment, identify trends, and manage risk in ways that were once unimaginable for the individual investor. This means you have access to more information, more sophisticated tools, and at a lower cost than any generation before you. So, the gap between success and failure is no longer about access. It's about mindset. It's the willingness to be a lifelong learner, the courage to take that first calculated step, and most importantly, the discipline to stick to your plan when emotions run high. Let's be clear, you will make mistakes. Every single successful investor has a portfolio of lessons learned the hard way. The key is to treat these moments not as defeats, but as tuition paid to the market. Learn the lesson, adjust your strategy, and don't let fear or greed derail your long-term goals. So how do you begin? You start small. Consider paper trading to get a feel for the mechanics without risking capital. Immerse yourself. Read quarterly reports from companies you admire. Watch interviews with successful CEOs. Follow respected financial analysts. Confidence isn't born from a single win. It's built through repetition, through practice, through reps. Always remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint. We're not chasing lottery tickets. We're building wealth systematically over time, letting the magic of compounding do the heavy lifting. Think about your why. Is it to take control of your financial destiny? To build a legacy of independence and security for your family? Hold that motivation close, because the opportunity in front of you is very real and more accessible than ever. The next steps are simple and concrete. Open a brokerage account. It takes minutes. Fund it with your starting capital, and then make your first trade. With that one click, you transform from a consumer into an owner. You gain a stake in the future of a business. Your journey to financial empowerment doesn't start tomorrow or next week. It starts right now. We're Neuro Profit AI, and we'll be here with you every step of the way. Subscribe and join our community as you build your future.